what I fucking
Like
want.
you think because you believe.
Hebrew Israelism is growing by conversion rates.
So actually, they're actually persuading people.
They are absolutely persuading people. There's data on this too. Lifeway Research has a thing called the Philos Project, where they specifically asked this question. And then a couple years later, the Manhattan Institute. So one's a Christian organization, but this is for research. And the other one's like a conservative think tank. And both of them did numbers on this. And one had 4% of Black Americans. The other had 6%. And they also include others. So it's not just Black Americans, by the way. 4 to 6%. First of all, that's growth of 2% within a small span. If those numbers are right, they're within the margin of error. Long story short, you've got almost 4 million people who believe these ideas.
Do you think that this is more like how veganism was super popular a couple years ago, and then most folks kind of fall out because it's just like, yo, this is ridiculous. Like literal Sabbath keeping. I got to wear my little drapes, or what are they called?
Fringes.
The fringes. You know, do you think this is something that people go through for a window of time, the same way we saw a lot of folks go vegan, and then 95% of people who go vegan don't remain vegan?
For some, and every bad idea has a limited shelf life.
That's just a side note to that I do have to give the Israelites props for at least pretending like they give a fuck about the Bible, whether they do or not, for real. I think they are inconsistent in a lot of ways when it comes to the law and the Bible and all that, but they at least read it. They at least have it with them. Like, it's more than you can say for most Christians. That shit's sad. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves out there on the street arguing with somebody about something you claim to believe in, but you don't know nothing about it. They bringing out all kind of scriptures you ain't never heard of before. Crazy. I'll just be out there arrogantly ignorant. Is your pastor done told you some bullshit and you think you know something? Like, that's the most ignorant thing about a lot of theists, period. Like, you think because you believe in this that you know it better than other people? Like, that's stupid. Still need to read the book, man. Study this shit if you claim this is the key to your salvation, where you learned about your Lord and Savior. Y'all don't even bother to pick it up. I know, because I was there. I was once with y'all. I read mine more than most people, and I still barely read mine.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakwa, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wa'akwathium, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kabukab coming at you with no lesson. And today's lesson, well, let's start off with this. 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahawah. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth, that Yahawah in all things may be glorified through Yahawashi and Mashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So over here, I had a good precept and I forgot it because I was watching the video. Anyway, today's lesson, we're going to be going into this whole, are us realizing that we're Israelites, is this equivalent to veganism, where people just say, oh yeah, I'm a vegan, and then it's really just a vegan for like a week or something like that, and then they just lose interest, and then they just go back to eating meat or whatever the fuck vegans don't eat or something like that. I don't even know what vegans don't eat. Anyway, thing here is that for people, a lot of people, I think the best way, because for me, it wasn't necessarily that when I was first coming to this truth, I don't know, maybe I think that's not even that's not a fair assessment, because I'm too heavy in this truth. So I don't even know how other people really handle this. So I will say I will say that it's definitely not as fleeting. I think that's the best way to say it. I think it's not as fleeting because people in general, I don't think that they fully understand what it means to be an Israelite. All right. So as a result of that, then yes, it's going to be a bit different. And how it's different is that people are instead going to Slovakia. How it's different is that people instead are going to they're going to just hold on to the title. I think that's a better way to describe it. So as soon as an Israelite realizes, okay, I'm an Israelite and whatnot, so then they hold on to that title. They accept that, okay, this is what an Israelite is. I'm an Israelite as well. This, that, and the third, X, Y, and Z. Then what they do, it's like a I'm trying my best. Slocky, bear with me one moment as I think about it, because I think I have a perfect example. It's like this. First Corinthians chapter 3 verse 6. First Corinthians chapter 3 verse 6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh gave the increase. All right. So the thing here is that the seed of truth. All right. It's like I think that's the best way. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Stony. Where's Stony ground? Stone. Stony ground. Okay, let me see. It's not Mark. It's not. I don't think it's Mark. I think it's and seed fell on Matthew. Really? That does not sound right. Okay, yeah, it is Matthew. Matthew 13, verse 18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth not, it then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receiveth seed by the wayside. But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a time. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also that receiveth seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world, Slakia, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. So, Slakia, this is basically the different types of ways that someone may not receive this truth, and the general it's not general consensus. The different scenarios are like, for example, the thorns represent, okay, well, yeah, you might learn and say, okay, well, I believe that I'm an Israelite. I realize this, and the third. I see the error in my ways. I'm going to go do all these different stuff. But then you're going to say, oh, you know what? I see, as I'm growing this truth, I see that this is conflicting with the pleasures of the world. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ditch all the stuff that Yahawadah wants me to do, and I'm going to go back into my worldly lust. Another way is that it couldn't even it didn't even take root. All right, it didn't even take root. It didn't even get to sow or slack it. The seed was just taken away before it even had the chance to grow. So it's like you never even came into this truth at all. And then the next one is the seed came, but the seed was planted, but because of the terrible conditions of the stony ground, it didn't take root. So then, okay, well, eventually the seed of truth left, and then, okay, well, that's basically the whole, veganism for a week, stuff like that, like, or being an Israelite for a week, and then you say, oh, and I'm good with that. I'm not gonna stick around with that. That's basically the different ways, and there are different ways that it happened. But even then, so many people, they don't even want to hear, because only 1/3 of Israel are supposed to actually comprehend that. So even then, this is not supposed to be something that's supposed to be like everyone needs to get this, everyone needs to know, everyone needs to X, Y, and Z or whatever and stuff like that. It was always specifically for 1/3 of the Israelites. All right, now let's continue on over here. Where is it? Oh, here, verse 23. But he that receiveth seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some 100, some 60, some 30. So that's basically the thing where for us, when for those that are in this truth right now, that are still in this truth, they have the Lord blessed them with good ground where the seed was able to grow, and the Lord didn't make it so that there was thorns. There was the ground, the spiritual ground was terrible. The seed is able to grow within you. The seed of truth is able to grow in order for you to bear fruit, as well as be a proper follower of YAHAWAH. So as a result of that, that's where, like, there's this major divide. All right, and it's all under the control of YAHAWAH, as well as being parabolic, that each person's ground, quote unquote, or thorns, if there are thorns and stuff like that, or if you're stony ground or something like that, like all the different factors through the parable that we just read through. Does the conditions of your spirit resonate with it in order for you to be able to receive the spirit of truth? All right. So as a result of that, going back into what this guy was saying, he was talking about how like the Israelites, they know what they're talking about, this and the third and stuff like that. They actually read it and stuff like that. And okay, cool, that's good, but that doesn't change the fact that, well, no, Slock it. I think let's just really just take a step back and acknowledge he was giving us a compliment for the most part, and in the sense that, as an Israelite, we have to speak as oracles. As an Israelite, we have to speak as representatives of Yahawadah. As an Israelite, we have to actually know what we're talking about. And he even said that, it is embarrassing to be a Christian, and Slocky, you really have to think about it like this. You have to say, you're going out in public and saying, hey, everyone, I believe in tooth fairy or stuff like that. My thing, I lost my tooth, and then I put my tooth under the thing, and then a dollar came out and stuff like that. It's like, oh, well, where's your proof? How are you saying this while it exists and it doesn't exist, or it's this, it's that, or whatever and stuff like that? Where when in reality, when in reality, obviously the tooth fairy does not exist. So as a result of that, you have to be able to say, like, okay, as a grown man, grown woman, whatever, or as a person with, I would hope, a comprehensive mind, are you able to explain and break down why you believe the way you believe, or why you believe in something, or are you just going along with something? Because yes, in all honesty, to believe in the God of the Bible but not being able to understand or know anything that's in the scriptures is in fact embarrassing. It is embarrassing for you to say, oh, I believe in God, I believe in this, I believe in that, whatever, stuff like that. But then when it comes to actually reading the Bible, this guy's literally even said it. Oh yeah, these Hebrew Israelites are reading stuff I've never ever heard of before and stuff like that. Like, obviously not him, but the Christians to whom it applies to, where they hear precepts for the first time, and whenever they deal with or argue with an Israelite, and it's like, well, I didn't know that, I didn't this and that. They're like, where's that? That's in the Bible and whatnot and stuff like that. Where you will literally have people ask that. It's like, that's not in the Bible and stuff like that. Thinking that, or trying to rationalize or trying to change what the scriptures said when the scriptures are as plain as day. Trying to say, oh, that's your interpretation and stuff like that. When no, all right, that the scriptures are very plain. All right, so let's continue on. First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 21. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Basically, when you believe something, if you believe in something, you should be able to prove it. Should be able to say, I believe that the Israelites are the only one that may receive salvation. I'm not going to get that because I've made videos on that before. All right, but then you go to the scripture, the precept, and then it says salvation is only for Israel. All right, very clear, very simple. All right, but yet, of course, the people, or the Christians, they learn from someone else. They don't go and verify. They don't go and prove to see. Over here, Acts chapter 17, verse 11, these were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. They search the scriptures like, okay, is this what the scriptures actually said? Did the scriptures say that only Israelites maybe say? Does the scripture actually say whatever? All right, whatever thing that people talk about. So if you are not able to verify and check that out, then how are you verifiable? How are you credible? That's a word, credible. All right. Now, First Thessalonians chapter. No, I read that. So yeah, basically proving all things, but prove all things. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahawah, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Basically, study to show, is what I'm saying right? Am I about to humiliate myself? Am I humiliating myself by saying and making these absurd claims? All right, or is what I'm saying actually reputable? All right, is what I'm saying accurate, or am I just parroting what someone else told me? All right, and again, that's a very ridiculous thing, that people think that, oh, all I have to do is just parrot what my pastor says and stuff like that, without being able to further prove. Because like, it's not just something that someone said. It's the scriptures, the entirety of the scriptures that prove what we believe in. And if you aren't able to prove what you believe in through the word of YAHAWAH, then what are you believing in? You're just believing in something that you want to believe, rather than anything or what someone else told you, rather than what is actually provable through the word of YAHAWAH. First Peter chapter 3 verse 15. But sanctify the Lord Yahawah in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. And again, always be ready to give an answer. And are you giving an answer, or are you able to give an answer? If someone says, why do you believe that only Israelites can be saved? Are you able to go in and say, look at this precept, look at these things, look at all look at what Yahawashi said. Even look at Matthew chapter 1, where it even goes into that. All right, this is how you this is how you come to your conclusion. You don't just make up random BS. All right. Now, finally, Romans 13, verse 11, and that, knowing the time, is now high time to wake up out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. And that's where, again, we say, we come to our conclusion, to the conclusions that we believe in for everything that we say, where, yeah, I believe in this, I believe in that, I'm doing whatever I need to say, because this is what the scriptures say. And even with that, on top of that, to further solidify that, the fact of the matter is that so many people are waking up, because that's what Yahawadah prophesied. And as a result of the prophecy, so many people are being sifted out of this truth, or they are coming to, or the last of the elect are being sealed. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, SHAMAIWAN, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Bible and Shalom.